Om, 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 Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Brahma Mirastra Takare, Banu Shashi Bhamisito, Buddha Sha Guru Sha Shukra, Shani Rahu Keteva, Sarve Graha Shanti Kara Bhavantu, Om, Om Gurave Namaha. Well, greetings and welcome to Cosmic Kev 100. This is your weekly astro video zine where we take the planets. In Vedic astrology, they call them grahas. In Western, they're just luminaries. And we take the 12 houses of the zodiac, and which in Vedic astrology are bhavas. And we also take the 12 signs of the zodiac, which in Vedic astrology are known as rishis. Anyhow, I would love for you to just subscribe and be part of my community here for Cosmic Kev 100 Astrology. And this week's for Friday the 12th of January through Thursday the 18th of January 2024. Now, looking at the sky today, in Western astrology, we would say that the moon's in Taurus. But if we're looking where it's at, we'd have to look in the constellation of Aries. And that would be the sidereal or Vedic astrology, as well as the astronomy placement of the moon today. And so the part of Aries that the moon is in is a lunar mansion known as Bharani. And Bharani is right in the middle of Aries. It's ruled by Venus, though, actually, as a lunar mansion, as a nakshatra. So also emphasizing that on this Venus day, there's this essence of love. But Bharani being in Aries, there's that Mars-like passion. We want to get rid of evil. We want to be physically fit. We want to do anything that we're really passionate about and kind of take it to an extreme, almost too much. And in some ways, this moon is considered to be slightly immature. Saturn's debilitated in this part of the sky. And so we want to have that long-term wisdom, and nature is like the greatest teacher. And that's really the essence of what we know of the divine, of what we know of God, what we know of the goddess, what we know of both the masculine and feminine aspects of God. Now, the ruling deity is known as Yama, and Yama is the god of death. And the symbol for Bharani is the yoni, the female reproductive organ. And so what we say is every birth is a death, and every death is a birth. And, I wasn't on last week. I'm going to just confess. I lost my mother on New Year's Eve, 6 days to the day that my father passed away. And so it's a big, it's a big life transition. And in my immediate family, I'm the patriarch now. And so I want to welcome this mantle with a sense of dignity and grace and humility, and bring forth a spirit of courage, love, and generosity that I can share with you today. And, Bharani moon, it loves all the sensual things that the earth has to offer, but I also want to acknowledge that without love, patience, and consistency, we're not going to do as well as we can. And I think my prayer is that we all extend more compassion to each other at this time, and not be divided, and not be blaming, and really be active in our unifying each other in our loves for life and our desire for everyone to be doing well. Anyhow, Cosmic Kev 100, please subscribe, ring the bell notification, share it with a friend. It's all about the love, folks. So I'm going to go sign by sign in the Western tropical astrology tradition with your horoscope. And someday I might evolve it over into doing Vedic for you, but right now I know a lot of people like me to do this this kind of Greek traditional astrology, but I like I said, all the signs have moved back 24 degrees from where they were back then, and I think that Vedic astrology is actually the more shamanic approach. It's the more relevant approach because constellations have moved. With that said, and no judgment, no judgments, folks. I just want you to live your best lives. North Node's in Aries right now, so greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. So there's a desire that has no bottom that you're experiencing, and there's some karma, and there's like even a subconscious connection with your partner if you have a partner. There's also a certain kind of karma with where you're working at right now, and you're trying to be for you. I mean, you are the sign that says I am. So Mars is in a great place right now. Mars is in the midheaven. It's in Capricorn. Look at how many planets are, in the Western astrology Capricorn. Sun, Pluto, Mercury, Mars. But Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So it's like career-wise, you're doing your best work right now. And your karma with the public, what you're bringing other people, is really super important right now. And if you've got a love life right now, it should be a spiritual love. It should be one that transcends the mundane, pray together, love together, stay together. Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, Moon's in your first house today. Uranus is there as well. And so is Jupiter. So in a lot of ways, there's been a lot of growth. There's been a lot of expansion. There's been a lot of blessing over, say, the last 8 months or so. And you're reaping some of that blessing, or it'd be likely. Now, since we've got Sun, Mars, and Mercury and Pluto all in the 9th house, it's like a time of growth. It's a time to really stretch yourself. It's a time to embrace some kind of spiritual tradition that's going to lead you to be more generous and have better conduct and better relationships with other people. Venus in the 8th house, your spouse could be very empowered at this time. It's also, a time where you really desire connection, but maybe you're not really in control of that. So a lot of times we see what we don't have rather than what we do have. And if you just take it to God in prayer, like, God, I'm not comfortable with this, but I know that whatever I'm experiencing is a gift from you. Let me do the best I can with what you've given me. And then you can move forward. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. So Mercury's in Capricorn. Mercury's in the 8th house right now, along with the Sun, along with Pluto, along with Mars. And in some ways, there's this element of impatience, there's uncertainty. You've probably encountered some obstacles and surprises that may not be exactly what you desired. And one thing I would say about this is just be thankful. Be thankful to the Creator for what you're going through. Say, I know this isn't pleasant. This isn't necessarily what I wanted or what I felt like I ordered, but thank you. Thank you for what I do have, and that you can work some kind of miracle or healing through these challenges. That's what's going to bring forward more life for everyone. And that's what I hope to do today. That's what I'm hoping for you right now. And just hang in there, another week, Sun's going to move into Aquarius, and you'll be kind of in that airy element that you feel comfortable with again. So just breathe and continue to love and receive love, and let people know, when you're hurting, so you get the support you need. Thank you. Greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, for Cancer, it's all about partnership right now. And we're starting it out with the Moon in your 11th house, along with Uranus, along with Jupiter. So, there's been this expansive social life that you've been enjoying or you've been stimulated by. But most of all, things are in the realm of partnership. Maybe if you're not in a partnership, it's about your career right now. And so there's a lot of like, oh man, and maybe you're feeling like you're being called out or dealt with unfairly. We have to be okay with our feelings, give ourselves compassion, because when we give ourselves compassion, it allows us the ability to give others compassion a lot more freely. So sometimes it's just going to take a little bit of downtime. I mean, it's like you've been in the public and with others a lot, so I'm sensing that you could use a little alone time and just some meditation and some renewal, some refreshment, some real good nurturing right now. And that's what I'm wishing, praying, hoping for. Greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. Capricorn time can be challenging on the health, because it's a transit in the 6th house. And since we've got Mercury there, it's pretty clear. And the thing is about you is that you tend to be a giver. You tend to be a people pleaser. And you can't please everybody. And even while you're trying to please people, there's going to be those who don't respect that. There's going to be those who put obstacles in your way. And I just want you to know it's okay. We have to be grateful for those obstacles. We have to be grateful even for our health challenges, because really they're going to lead us to have more humility, to have more compassion, and eventually most of the time we get better. Gratitude for that. I was just thinking to myself how when things are good, I don't really worry about doing the right thing so much. I'm just kind of in a flow, and that's a nice magical place to be. But sometimes, that slowing down, that consciousness, it's what's making us wiser. And this is a time to embrace your wisdom and to realize that this is still, it's winter. It's a time to just kind of slow down and only, don't take on more than you can handle. Greetings, Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. I appreciate you. Capricorn time, really, it's allowing you to be in your heart. And not every single 5th house transit is like, hey, I'm feeling so great right now. But really, there's a sense of good fortune. There's a sense of some amount of wealth. And there's an incredible amount of love coming your way. And your heart is open. And just, listen to that good side of your heart. Listen to things that are, in alignment with the highest holy teachings. And, I live in Western culture, and that would be, the Talmud, the Pentateuch, the Bible, in my culture. But in other cultures, there's other holy books, and a lot of them say similar things. And so I don't want to misguide anybody, but I want you to be your best self, your most open self to the possibility that the Creator has something better for you. And it's also about your children a lot right now. You're concerned with your children, you're concerned with your creative projects, and your teachings, making that happen, and overall just bringing that best self forward. Jupiter's in your 9th house. It's very empowered right now. Jupiter is, generally gives us lots of gifts. Sometimes Jupiter, though, lays down the law too, like, hey, don't do it that way. If you want to do it right, you have to be like this. And so when you're being generous to others, you're going to be, Lord Brisapati is going to reward you. That aspect of God, that rules generosity, that rules favors. And sometimes we're a little bit on edge, and we have to give, even if it's just a little. Just have faith. This is a time to increase faith. This is a time to move forward. Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, Venus and Saturn are kind of like friends. And so you've got all these planets in your fourth house. Fourth house is the home. It's also fixed assets in sidereal or Vedic astrology. So there's wealth and there's things you got to do with that wealth. It's also our parents. I think evolutionary astrologer Stephen Forrest would say that it's your father, which thought was kind of surprising in a way. I think of it as the mother, though. In Vedic astrology, Vedic traditions, we say it's the mother because fourth house, like Cancer. And so, honoring your mother, honoring older relatives, doing work on your house. These are the things that are coming together. Now, Venus being in your third house, it's like there's a little more reliance on siblings. There's a little more reliance on brothers and sisters. And there's also kind of a good time to journal, to script things and to put them down. And that's gonna help as well. So try it. Everything's gonna work out, according to God's plan, and just rest in that. And Libra, I'd love to hear some of your comments about what's going on in your life. Because I know it's somewhat challenging. Oh, greetings, Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, Scorpio, I look at this chart, it's like you're in a good partnership. You're in a partnership that's inspiring you. And you're in one that is more spiritually there. If you're a female Scorpio rising, this is a good time for you and your husband or your loved one. If you're a male Scorpio, it's like time to bring more of that spiritual inspiration in your relationship. Capricorn time. It's the neighborhood. It's writing. It's working with your hands. It's your siblings. It's your community. It's friends you've had since you were a teenager or childhood. And a lot of those more youthful desires, even if you're an elder, they're more in front of you right now. And it's all about just doing the best you can with what you got, humbly accepting your place, and just kind of realizing that as we do that, the Creator's going to promote you to a better place. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I mean, I could say that, Mars in Capricorn is a good thing. Mars in the third house is a good thing. You have a lot more courage now than you've ever had before. And boy, this is a time where we need a great amount of courage, because a lot of people that are really on the dark side don't recognize it, and they're proud of themselves. They're full of pride of what they're doing. Don't be a reactionary. Don't let other people's unfortunate behavior determine how you're going to behave. Love always. All right. Greetings, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. There's this peaceful beauty around you. There's these good people around you. And, we're building on a new thing right now. We're in the month of Asher in the Hebrew calendar. And it's a time when we're supposed to be receptive in a feminine way and just receive blessings. And so we can do that. And with that, things are gonna change in a positive way. A lot of things are dealing with finances in your life right now, and I know it's kind of, sometimes that can be overwhelming and burdensome. It also looks like, though, with the moon, Uranus, and Jupiter in the seventh house, rather not the seventh, the sixth house, it's like this is a time when you can improve your health and be an inspiration to others. It's like any kind of service work you do is going to be multiplied and is going to be given back to you. And so, hang in there, but I really see that you are going to manifest, and just relax. Create that space for that manifestation. Greetings, Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope. And I want to wish all my Capricorn viewers a very happy birthday. And I hope you're doing well. I think Saul Henson, I believe, is January 18th. So it's one of my many Capricorn buddies out there. The 15th is Eileen Mello. She's an astrologer in Western evolutionary tradition, and she does a lot of great work in Nevada County. So you can check her out. Blessings to you on your birthday, Eileen. And she's named Eileen Mello, the Mello astrologer. Check her out. So, so many gifts, and of course it's also Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, someone who ultimately wanted to unite people in love and acceptance and work with everyone. Work with everyone. Everyone could feel that blessing. And he was very devoted to Jesus. He was very devoted to Christ and his Christian practice, and he lived it in a good way. I believe, anyhow. I don't understand these things. He was an imperfect human being, like all of us, really. We don't come here unless we're imperfect, okay? That's it. And the only one who I know is perfect was Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, the Messiah. But not everybody's going to believe that, and I don't want to offend anybody, but I just want everyone to be open to those qualities that open up the heart, that make you more devoted to Hashem, the God of faith. You got a lot of energy, though, Capricorn, and this is your time to celebrate life, and there's a lot of transformation, and what you have to say is important. Saturn's in the 3rd house. Pay attention to your friends, your siblings, your community. That's where a lot of things are taking place. All right. Well, greetings, Aquarius, and welcome to your horoscope. Okay, so if you're an Aquarius and you feel like I've had a lot of losses, things are falling apart, that's pretty normal for this time of year, that month before the sun goes into your 1st house. There's going to be a renewal. There's going to be a building. I mean, Pluto's going to go into your 1st house. Some people fear that. I mean, I have Pluto in my 1st house in my chart. It gives you a lot of insights is what it really does. It helps you go deeper. And it just helps you realize that, we're here for a long time, even if it's a short time. And I think in the words of Tracy Chapman, all that you have is your soul. Ooh. So, love is a true justice. Forgiveness and compassion is a true justice. And sometimes we're going to have to suffer anyway, Sometimes we have to pay the piper. That's just the way it goes. But I pray for healing and love, and that you go in the right direction in this time, and that, I'll have some really positive news for you this week. And it's just continue to work patiently on finances and realize that, your spiritual life is related to your finances right now. And just keep doing the right thing. Greetings, Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. So, Saturn in the 1st house. I mean, you might be 16 years old watching this, but you can feel like an old person right now. And I can remember so many things that didn't happen when I was a young person that I expected to have happen. And it was like, oh my God, my life is ruined. This hasn't happened yet. I want this, all these things. We come in the world with so many expectations. And there's so many should be's, and should is kind of a hateful word. I try to avoid that, but I don't, because it's a common part of the culture. And, I've been brainwashed in some ways into that. I'll realize that, and I'm trying to unwash my brain to being this open seed of renewal, blooming forth with pure love, with a fragrance of kindness. Kindness is the way. Now, this is your social life mostly in Capricorn. This is what's been going on right now. And with Saturn in the first house and Neptune there, it's like you're not really sure where everything is happening or everything is coming. And you know what? That's a really good place to be. Because in that vulnerability, you're able to listen. Now, the thing is, don't get lost, you know. Don't get yourself lost in too much sleep, in too much drugging, or too much drinking. Be specific. Don't blend it all into some bleh. You know, we need to hear the real deal. I see financial reward coming to you, and I see you as being the best version of yourself. It's a time to inspire forgiveness and renewal among siblings and old friends and among neighbors, and also working on writing and bringing that wise elder side of yourself into the picture. Whether you're 88 or 18, you count, you're important. And I want to just thank you all for being here and being patient with me. Hopefully I'll do another one next week. I'm probably not going to do one the week after that, you know, because I've been through some deep emotional transition, and I thank you for the privilege and opportunity of being here with you. Please share this with someone. Please subscribe. Send me some comments, you know. I appreciate your encouragement. I appreciate your understanding, your overstanding, your love, and let's just take this all to the Most High. Let's lift each other up. Let's be that best version of ourselves that we can be. Om Shanti, 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 Om Tat Sat. Namaste.